Hey everybody, we are back at it for Wednesday today, so I'm happy to see ya. Let's go ahead and let's take a peek at our parent letter to make sure we're still staying on pace together. So today is Wednesday, May 20th, day 10, you guys, and we're on section 1, lesson 10. All right, so let's start with reading first. And like I said, I always take a peek at my table of contents today. So from the parent letter, let me make sure I'm right here. We are on the lesson 10. We're on pages 32 through 34. So then what you can do is you can go peek in your packet and get to pages 32 through 34. And today what you're going to notice is it for sure has a lot of text right away. So here's what it looks like. It says tools for instruction. And again, look what word I see. I see sequence of events, which hopefully at this point, you guys are feeling pretty confident in how you're applying this and how you're doing this. So just a reminder, it's that same anchor chart. How we order things in sequence is we can use some transition words. We can use first, next, then, finally. We want to make sure we follow this graphic organizer, and that's what you guys did yesterday on your assessment. I saw a lot of great pictures. If you haven't sent me anything yet, send them to me today so I can see how you did on your assessment. But when we talk about sequence, we're going to make sure that we use those words as we go from step to step, all right? So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be reading a story together. So I want you all to turn to your sequence chart. So it looks like this. It's a graphic organizer. It looks really similar to what our Wonders books look like for that. And today I'm going to actually read to you. And I'm going to read one of my favorite books, and it's called The Greedy Triangle. So what I want you to do before we start reading is I want you guys to put a title right here. So in your title, let's go ahead. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so we can see the title a little bit better. So the story is called The Greedy Triangle. Okay? So get this title right there. So that's what we're going to be putting for our story. So one more review. Look at how many boxes I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as I'm reading, you can pause me throughout. I want you to break down what's happening in this story, the big 4 points that you see as we're looking at this together. Okay, so let's go ahead, get your pencils ready, make sure you have your graphic organizer, and we're going to start reading The Greedy Triangle by Marilyn Burns. It's a great story. It's actually a math story as well. You're going to see lots of different polygons in this book. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'll make sure I show you guys the pages so you can see the pictures, because the pictures are the best part. All right, once there was a triangle that was, as most triangles are, always busy. The triangle spent many times holding up roofs, supporting bridges, making music in a symphony orchestra, catching the wind for sailboats, being slices of pie and halves of sandwiches, and much, much more. So look at this triangle. Can you see where the triangle's at? You can pause the video right now and you can even count how many triangles you notice. See it in the tops of houses? The triangle's favorite thing, however, was to slip into place when people put their hands on their hips. That way I always hear the latest news, it said, which I can tell my friends. Do you see right there? So if you put your hand on your hips, do you see how you made a triangle? The triangle's friends liked hearing the news. Look at all of his buddies. One day, the triangle began to feel dissatisfied. I'm tired of doing the same old things, it grumbled. There must be more to life. So the triangle went to the local shapeshifter. How may I help you? The shapeshifter asked the triangle. I think if I had just one more side and one more angle, my life would be more interesting. That's easy to do, said the shapeshifter. So he's going to give him one more side. So right now he has 3 sides. So if I have one more side, look what's going to happen. And poof! The shapeshifter turned the triangle into a quadrilateral. Do you see the quadrilateral? Life changed in a wonderful way. The quadrilateral was happy with all the new things it could do. The quadrilateral could be a baseball diamond, or first base, or second, or third. It take position on a checkerboard or a chessboard. It could be a television screen, a computer screen, or a movie screen. It could frame windows or frame pictures, and much, much more. Okay, so let's pause for a second and let's look at your graphic organizer. So I'm going to look right here. So first of all, what's happening first? So first, comma, what is happening first thing right here? I'll make my font a little bit bigger for my next part. First, what do we see? Whoop, did not mean to do that. What do we see is happening to this triangle? First, the triangle was what? Was he happy at first? Yeah, first the triangle was happy. But then, I guess I could make it my second part, but I'm going to save it because there's a lot that goes on in here. The triangle was happy, but then started to feel, and it said he was dissatisfied. Double S. He started to feel dissatisfied. He wanted one more side. Who gave it to him? The shape shifter made him a what? A quadrilateral. So now he's a four-sided shape. You get what's happening? He went from 3 sides to now he's a quadrilateral. All right, so that's my first thing. Okay, let's keep going right here so we can make sure we stick with our story. The quadrilateral's favorite thing, however, was to be the pages of a book. I learned so many interesting stories that way, it said, which I can tell my friends. The quadrilateral's friends liked hearing the stories. Look, he loves being a book. But one day the quadrilateral began to feel dissatisfied. I'm tired of doing the same old things, it grumbled. There must be more to life. So the quadrilateral went back to the shapeshifter. How may I help you? The shapeshifter asked the quadrilateral. I think if I had just one more side and one more angle, said the quadrilateral, my life would be more interesting. That's easy to do. So now he goes from 4 sides to poof! The shapeshifter turned the quadrilateral into a pentagon. Life changed in a wonderful way. The pentagon was happy with all the new things to do, or on the baseball diamond, the pentagon could be the home plate. It could be a section on the soccer ball, or appear whenever someone drew a 5-pointed star. The Pentagon's favorite thing, however, was to be on the headquarters of the United States military near Washington, D.C. I hear all the top secrets that way, it said. It's too bad I can't tell them to my friends. The Pentagon's friends couldn't help now feeling left out. See it? After a while, time seemed to pass slowly for the Pentagon, and it became dissatisfied. I'm tired of doing the same old things, it grumbled. There must be more to life. So the Pentagon went back to the shapeshifter. So you're here again, the shapeshifter said to the Pentagon. Now, what would you like? I think if I had just one more side and one more angle, my life would be more interesting. That's easy to do. Poof! Look, the shapeshifter turned the Pentagon into a hexagon. So that's a 6-sided polygon. All right, let's stop for a second before we get ahead of ourselves. All right, so I wrote down next the triangle was dissatisfied and wanted to be a pentagon. He got bored and then became a hexagon. So he went from a pentagon to now he's a hexagon, okay? So that's just some quick details. All right, you can pause the video if you need to catch up on this writing, but I'm going to go to my next part of my story, so let's keep on going. Life changed in a wonderful way. The hexagon was happy with all the new things it could do. The hexagon fit in the floor tiles in houses and patios, on fancy crackers at parties and picnics. It worked at the socket of certain bolts and at the prongs of certain wrenches. Look at him in a snowflake. The hexagon's favorite thing, however, was to be the cell in a beehive. I love watching the bees go in and out. Do you see them inside there? The hexagon spent so much time in the beehive, it was too busy to talk to his friends. The friends mixed the hexagon and couldn't help feeling ignored. Okay, we're getting to the moment of the story where things are going to start getting crazy. Again and again, the shape became restless, dissatisfied, and unhappy with its life. Again and again, it returned to the shapeshifter for more and more sides and more angles. The shapeshifter agreed to turn it into one shape after another. It became a heptagon, an octagon, a nonagon, and a decagon, and on and on. Remember, a decagon has 10 sides. Finally, the shape had many, many sides and many, many angles. Oh no, look at him, you guys. Its sides were so small that it had trouble keeping its balance. Its friends couldn't tell which side it was on. They began to avoid the shape. So it became so crazy, they weren't sure what it was anymore. One day, when the shape was going down a hill, it began to roll faster and faster, screeched around corners, crashing into fences and trees, colliding with bicycles and terrifying walkers. Guys, because look, it's almost a circle. It's not quite, because a circle has 0 sides and 0 angles. It's almost. At last, the shape came to a stop. It felt tired, dizzy, lonely, and sad. Aww. Enough! Thought the shape. I don't know which side is up. I can't keep my balance. My friends don't want me around. The shape could no longer remember why it was so unhappy as a triangle. Very carefully, it made its way back to the shapeshifter. Aren't you happy yet? The shapeshifter asked. I want to be a triangle again, said the shape. I'm not surprised, said the shapeshifter. Poof! The shapeshifter turned the shape back into a triangle. The triangle was delighted to have its old shape back again and kept itself busy. Once again, it held up roofs, supported bridges, made music in a symphony orchestra, caught the wind for sailboats, became slices of pie and halves of sandwiches, and became much, much more. Much, much more. Still, the triangle's favorite thing was to slip into place when people put their hands on their hips. That's the way I always hear the latest news, which I can tell my friends. Its friends liked hearing the news and were glad the triangle was back in its shape again. The end. Okay, so let's finish our graphic organizer right now. All right, I have my then. The triangle was dissatisfied and asked for more and more sides. Ooh, I have a double S here. He had so many sides and angles, he couldn't keep his balance. Remember, he was asking for more and more. And finally, what happened? The triangle, once he got to this place right here, I'll show you the picture in the book. He got to this place right here. He couldn't stand up. What did he do? He went back to the shapeshifter and asked to go back to a triangle. He wants to be a triangle. He realized he liked being his original shape. And that is why, guys, this is called the greedy triangle, because remember, greedy means you want and you want and you want more and more and more. And the triangle realized it wasn't very good to be. He learned a lesson here. Being greedy actually is not a good thing. So I want you guys right now to fill out your graphic organizer. You can copy from mine here, or you can come up with your own more details. I'd love to even see you or challenge you to draw pictures. Like, draw me some quadrilaterals, draw me some pentagons, draw me some hexagons. Can you try to draw me another polygon with as many little sides as you can so you can pretend like it is the greedy triangle? Have fun with this graphic organizer today. All right. Now, let me flip over to writing really quickly, because writing, we are on, you just did your prompt yesterday about your future planet. So today we're going to be talking about simple verb tenses, okay? So the tenses we're going to be reviewing today are present, past, and future. So let's look at this chart right here that will help you if you get stuck. Present, look, looked, or will look. You can see how you put will with the future part, all right? So let's go ahead and let's do some of these practices together, but we need to write the correct tense of the verb to complete each sentence. Okay, so I got you started here. I knew this was ED because it's the past. The started in 1958, launched in 1961. John Glenn orbited 1962. It's past tense. Now today is right today. So today astronauts stay on a space station. Years from now, we will travel. We will is future. Okay, so that's where that goes. So these hopefully helped you get started. And remember, you are going to have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 by yourself, and you're going to have to pick which one has the correct verb.